What's up, everybody? This is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer, and I'm back. Oh my goodness. Last week was really super busy. So, anyway, what's up, Bob? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Yep. So, it's going to be a busy, even this week. I'm supposed to have all this week off, and it is, wow. I might be able to get a stream in tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday. Um, might be able to get a stream in then. Tuesday I can't because I've got softball practice and then we have a game. Um, then we're looking at well, I can tell you next Saturday I'm not going to be around because our soccer team is in the finals. So, oh, sorry, my daughter Tana Marie just messaged me. So I was just reading the message. Anyway, so we're in the finals. So next Saturday, yep, we're leaving early in the morning and have to go about 3 hours north of here. And to get the, basically well, I'm escorting the fan. I'm on the fan bus with a bunch. I mean, by myself. Oh my God, save me! Whole bunch of high schoolers to go celebrate those guys, so gotta make sure there's no shenanigans. So I'll be gone all day Saturday. Thursday we got a makeup game because we got to the park and our JV squad for softball got to play. So we were coaching them. I got to umpire. That was fun. And then we were like settling down. Everybody's having lunch. We're relaxing. And then the skies opened up. So the varsities never got a chance to actually play. So, and by the time I got back, I was cold, I was wet. What, wrong. What am I clicking that one for? Cold, wet, hungry. And by the time I got around to actually doing anything, I just wasn't feeling it. So, and my voice is hoarse again from being out there because, yeah, we all got soaked. But it's still fun. So this week was supposed to be a casual week. I'm pretty much busy every day. So I'll try to squeeze a stream in whenever I can. So, but today all we're doing is I'm trying to get, I've got 3 strings of cars sitting in here. Well, 2.5 now. So get them pulled out of the receiving tracks here in Dewitt and into the classification tracks, which are over here. I have basically right now I'm going to fill the classification up based upon locals, but I've got the L011, L012, and L013 that all come out of Dewitt. I've got some others that come out of Dewitt, but I haven't sent any supply trains up here yet from Selkirk. So we're just going to clear these up because right now all 4 receiving tracks, they're full. I got to get them empty. So once we get them empty, we can move forward. Get some more cars up here, and then so we're gonna try to do our best probably in the next hour and a half, or whenever my daughter calls me, because she's actually doing surgery on her computer. So she's gonna call me, FaceTime me, Dad, what do I do? So try to get something in here. Haven't forgotten about you guys, really haven't. So, but other than that, yeah, everything's good. Hope everybody's going to be enjoying their, they got a 3-day weekend. I got an entire week off because of President's Day. So, whatever your schedule is, for if you got a 3-day, if you get the entire week, if you get nothing, sorry about that. But whatever it is, hope you guys are having a good time. How you been, Bob? Yeah, I've goofed around a little bit today. Played what I did. I played a little bit of Railroader. I played. Well, let's see, Baldur's Gate 3. Then I had to stop. I had to get serious. And I've got a multi-day. I got some trainings for coaches that I have to do, and I've been working on this starting all last week. I've been working on it, like for about an hour every day, and I'm about 30% done. So I need to get back to that. That's why I'm saying I'm busy all week between the training and the actual coaching gigs. So my week off is not going to be a week off. Oh, I'm trying to click on it like I'm clicking on Railroader. Really? There we go, finally. I do a partial on that one. Oh, you know why? That was why. It's because look at this. I'm standing inside the other car, so I'm clicking on the outs. I'm clicking on the wall of the car. Should have been on the other side. Actually, yeah, because okay, so we're gonna do an F7 sheet here, which is gonna be air angle cocks and air hoses. I just decided to do that. I think I can pretty much pull this entire string out because it's all the same if I'm right. Yeah, this is all 0, 1, 2 cars. So my two Dewitt drill engines. So all this gets pulled out and moved over into the classification yard over here. So we're going to do that. And I think I can pull them all out. We'll give it a try. If it disappears on me, oh well, it disappears. I make that mistake. Why? So you all don't have to. I went through too. You'll notice if I do, let's see. If I think it's Control L. That's industry configuration. You'll see here Dewitt classification yard track 1, and then 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 because there's 10 tracks over here. They're all dead end tracks. So I added all these as an industry the other night, just so for car tracking. Talking with the buddy, I guess he doesn't want. Well, he might have run into an issue, and pretty much with the empties, if we have a industry set up to tag cars MTY or empty, they're going to go to a storage track. The issue that we are forgetting about is pooling cars if an industry needs that car. So you can have an industry tag a car, but as near as we can tell inside of Run8 right now, unless there's another way that we haven't figured out yet, that the only way you get cars that will come in for a said industry is either you have them tagged at another industry on the map that you're on, or you have them come in as a spawn in as a supply train. But if we have cars tagged as empty, I mean, the possibility is either we use the tracks that we're storing those cars on, we use those as a big, create them, set them up as an industry, and have them, say, like after 7 days or something, have them have the industry tag them, or have those tracks tag the cars for an industry somewhere on the map, or investigating whether you can do something either in Excel, if there's a way to create a formula that will, if we import the file for that particular yard that's holding the empties, can we import the file into Excel and have the Excel do it and then tag it there? And I don't know. Or use another program like JMRI. So to do it, but then that means that we've got to make sure that all these cars have individual numbers on them, and if those cars get, I mean, if the cars get reused, but then that means we'd have to spend a lot of time, a lot of maintenance on JMRI whenever we spawn a train in to input that entire string of cars into JMRI before we even take it down the track. And that can be pretty tedious. So, I don't know. It was a good idea. I like the idea, but having, like I said, having the industries tag a car for MTI empty and then moving them out of the area and into a storage track, great, but we're forgetting to pull the cars out of the storage track when the industries are actually needing those cars. So how are we going to get that to work? I don't know. What's up, Hank? How you doing? Also, I want to address, there was a comment, and I tested this just to make sure that I wasn't going to mislead anybody. And on a train, that if you spawn in a train and you're going to have it set up with, you've got, say, like a 3x1 configuration, 3 locomotives at the head end, and then 1 at the end as a radio controlled DPU. Someone had made a comment in my chat that you have to go back and start that DPU and make sure all the hoses, and your MU connection. You can, if you want to do it that way. If you want to do it manually, they're absolutely correct. If you don't want to do it manually, when you just go into the panel, click on the lead engine, on which your lead locomotive is, and if you just go through the routine of clicking, start all locomotives, auto MUDP, auto circuit breaker, auto air brake, that'll configure everything for you. So if you just want to do it quick and easy, you can do it that way. So I just wanted to clarify that here on the stream. Yeah, automatic way, but they're not wrong that if you want to do it manually, you have to go back and you want to make sure you revisit, which is something that I didn't do when, what am I doing? Oh, I'm going to take this all the way down. Let's see, I should be able to fit all this. So, what's going on, Hank? You get your project done for the day? Everything all sorted out? Saw you busily in do not disturb mode in Discord, so I didn't want to disturb you earlier. I don't have my map in front of me. I'm really kind of curious. Should be able to. I can never judge this correctly, but I should have enough room in there to get this entire string out. I know I can't do this one. I'll have to do that one in 2 parts, which is what I did here. So first half of these, of the L012 right there. The second half is going to go down here. I am not sorting by industry. I'm just sorting by the local number. And these 2 trains came in. One tagged for L012, and tagged for L011, I think it was. And then these were sitting over here, L013. We're going to see if it hits the end of the track. If it hits the end of the track and disappears, oops. Oh, no kidding. It was about D&D? That's nice. So was the play, were your daughters in the play? Is that what you said? Or did you just take your wife and your daughter to go see the play? Where's that stuttering again? I really think that there's I don't know what that is or what's causing that. Oops. See that stutter like that? And I move my camera and it stops. I don't know what it is. I don't get that in anything else that I run, especially Railroader. I would think Railroader would have it. No. Baldur's Gate 3? No. What else? Oh, definitely nothing when I was watching all those videos on coaching. Oh my God. It's all good stuff. Don't get me wrong. It is all absolutely good stuff. But like I said, I've been working on it like an hour each day at work whenever I can get a chance to sit in front of a computer. And then I did 3 hours, 4 hours today, I think was what it was. And I'm only 30% through it. But trust me, I mean, it's good stuff. I get it. I like it, but it's just, it's not, I won't say it's dry. Just long-winded. And like I said, it's all good stuff. It's all necessary stuff. In fact, I'm actually seeing a issue with a local college coach that in what I'm learning, and I'm like, really? So I may have to go back and have a conversation with somebody. I'm not going to say who, not going to say where, but I am going to have a conversation with somebody that if they do have an abusive coach, they might have grounds to get rid of them. Because coaches, you should not abuse your players, verbally or physically. So, anyway, no, it just took them to go see it, though my youngest will be in her school version of the play next year. All right. Sounds like fun. School plays are they mean they're really good. They're very, I mean, they put their heart into it. I'm not even sure how long I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know if you guys can hear my voice, but I'm sitting here drinking water as I'm talking, and it's actually starting to hurt again. But I'll hang with you guys as long as I can possibly hang. I haven't even looked at my comments yet either, too. Well, as far as I put the poll up, well, my video should stay slow down. And it's under 4 miles an hour. I'll take it. Break the rules, break the rules. Don't let Quincy White see me. He'll yell at me. Although I've noticed that Mr. White's been playing Railroader all day. That's all right. Here we go. Let's turn the tags on. LO12. LO12. Okay, good. So all these come down here. So right now, my configuration, I've got, well, I don't have them specifically, but I have enough cars that I could do 3 tracks of LO12. Pretty sure 3 tracks of, this is LO11 over here, all these cars. So I'm going to have a couple of different locals going out. And I think we're going to have to break them up into 2 different trains. I think I got way too many cars, and that was a previous video I talked about spawning cars in and how to, you know, a couple of different ways you could do it. And I think I ended up with extra cars for these industries. But then the last time I said that, when I took cars to an industry, I was able to get them all in. So in that case, Otto may not be too drunk and is actually providing what I need. Yeah, he is playing for a long time. He really likes it. I know he's looking for somebody to play with. I told him to keep an eye on Discord. You know, if I'm on playing it, or if I'm not even playing, if I'm not showing that I'm playing anything, hit me up. I'll go play with him. I have no problem with that. So, and I restarted my railroader, so I'm just doing the East Whittier interchange, Whittier and Ella. Those are the only areas that I have. I'm up to, like, I made about $10,000. I'm see, this is good too, because I discovered something new I didn't even know about, because I didn't pay attention to anything. But in a 24-hour period, as soon as I was done with the cars that were that were set out for me in the interchange, once I was done with those in the last car, I called for another drop. So I got an extra set of cars in the same day. So all my tracks are loaded with cars right now. A lot of cars. I mean, so I think that the next day that I do, I'm going to pay and get the cars in for phase 1 to open up the Ella to Bryson run. I'm rolling the dice. I don't know. I like the industries that they have down in Silva, but now that I know what those industries are about, I haven't bought the cars to start getting pulpwood. So I may do that. I'm getting enough passengers already just between Whittier and Ella that I'm thinking about buying the observation car, which that gives me, like, it was a 25% increase on tickets if I put that, and that's on the end of the train. So that may be the next purchase, and I think I'll have enough to actually fill the 60-seat car and then the 25-seat car for right now. But as it stands, I'm leaving passengers behind, so it's time to get another passenger car. But that's going to be about $7,000 to get that observation car. So I'm going to hold off yet. Try not to take any loans in Railroader. You don't have to do loans in Run8. I'm in Run8 right now. So other than that, push this all the way back. Hank, it's time for you to get Railroader. Then we can get at least 3 of us playing it together. Listening to the radio chatter again last night. These are trains that work out of the Roseville yard. So you have the NorCal map for Run8, then you'll know exactly where I'm talking about. And yeah, one train went into emergency last night. Oh, it's already applied. I thought I took that one off. Oh, you know what? I took this one off. I didn't take that one off. That's all right. It wasn't going too fast, so. But anyway, yeah, a train went into emergency last night, and so it was kind of interesting. I'm like listening to it. Okay, why did it go into emergency? I'm listening to the radio. All of a sudden, I heard the conductor. Figured it out. Broken coupler. So they broke a coupler, leaving Roseville, getting ready to head up over the mountain. So, and that's double main line right there. So at least one of the main line was blocked while they were fixing that coupler. It was kind of interesting to hear that. Oh, is it on sale? Yes, it is on sale, Hank. You can go to Steam and buy it. It's for sale over there. Yeah, I can do it too. Wow, that actually took almost the entire... Okay then. Alright, so all the cars here and here are LO12. I have these two tracks here that I can fill up, and I got some left here, which that's all, this is all LO11, that entire string of cars right there. So we're going to move those over into the classification yard. And then we'll go from there. That actually, I don't have a whole lot, so I could actually take a small local out with these cars here. This is LO13. Get these out. And then I could start working the LO12 and use all these tracks here to actually, even if I wanted to, sort them by industry. If I wanted to. No, hey, why would it be growing, Hank? My nose would not be growing. It is for sale on Steam right now. Is it on sale? Yes, it is. It's for sale. They're not giving it away, they're selling it, so it's for sale. I did not lie. It's, you know, it's a political season. It's, you know, we're coming into Super Tuesday's coming up, so that's all I'm doing is just talking like a politician. Okay. You can also look at it this way too. If you buy Railroader now, it'll probably be a lot cheaper than when they finally come out with the full version and they say, okay, with no longer pre-release, this is the price now. That price could double. And then you're going to go, man, I should have listened to the Lazy Farmer and bought it. Might have to get over and do some farming too. So I gotta talk to Goliath because I know he said that he bought a cheaper, better server for FarmSim 22 than what we have now. And I went back and looked at it, and it's what I saw for specifically for FarmSim is not, it's not cheaper because you can only you can go either from 2 gigabytes or 25 gigabytes worth of storage for mods. There's nothing else in between. So by the time I'm done, I think I'd be paying to the company I'm using now, paying about $11. The cheapest out there I found was about $9, and it was the same. It was basically good service and about 25 gigabytes worth of storage, so which is probably far more than what we really need. Right? See? Learn the lesson, Hank. Don't wait. I'm actually looking at, for Derail Valley, I'm actually thinking about getting the VR glasses. But that's, I mean, I look at that and that's the only game that I would want the VR glasses on. I have nothing else or no interest to get VR glasses for anything else at this time. All right. Go pick these guys up. And I know I got a whole bunch of cars for FLO over there already. Go run down here. I want to take a look at this. See, all these are FLO. Oh, look at all this. This is all FLO. I think that's a trans flow. Wow. I could try to pull this entire cut up to the tankers, and that's all one industry. I could stick it over there if I have enough room. Right, and it's super awesome in VR if you have the right headset. So, okay, so that leads to two questions. Hank, do you have a headset? And two, what do you consider as the right headset? I'm not endorsing it. I'm just curious. But you're actually right. That's why I haven't bought. My son was trying to talk me into getting a VR headset, but if Derail Valley is the only game that I have that will use VR, then yeah, it's not worth it. I absolutely agree. Okay. Here, that one's set correctly. That's set correctly. That's set correctly. These are all good. All right, let's write these down. I do have a headset. All right. So that's my biggest question is which one, if I do get one, which one should I get? I know, like my son has Oculus. Then was there Meta? And I think there's a couple of others out there, so I don't know which one's considered better, if one is considered better over another. So you don't use it because the lens fogs up when you wear it, so it'd be a headset. I would say cardio maybe might help that. You know, it's making you work out. You're getting all sweaty. Yeah, a little bit of cardio work might solve that issue, Hank. No, you know what? You can always do the diver's technique. Spit on the lens. That's what we do as scuba diving, is we spit on our mask lens, you know, on the glass on the inside, keeps the glass from fogging up. Yeah, I just haven't done that yet. I mean, there's more important things to do. More important things to spend money on. I'm thinking that my frivolous purchase coming up might actually be a Steam Deck or a Stream Deck or whatever you call it, Stream Deck. I can hit buttons and go between stuff, and yeah, might be the thing to do. I think I would use that more than I would use. Oh, I hit the air here. I forgot. All right, now I'm gonna come down here. What? What do you mean, ouch, bro? That was under 3 miles an hour. I did hit a train when I was playing Railroad a little bit today. I did hit one a little on the hard side. 1% damage on the locomotive and on the car. But the good news is when I drop the car off, usually you get your penalty when you drop a car off. When I dropped it off, there was no penalty. So I'm like, okay, so I can get away with 1%. Should I try for 2? Close that, open coupler. All right. Oh, yeah, close, goes. Okay, good. Let's go back to the locomotive. And we'll ride this all the way down to the stop. And we'll see if we can get these in. I'm being a little aggressive here. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. Don't get familiar on me. I never called you fat. I just said maybe a little bit of cardio. Did the word fat come out of my mouth? No, it did not. Okay? That did not. So, yeah, it's like, I just said cardio. I mean, I'm a lot skinnier than I used to be. I mean, I'm kind of bragging about it now. I mean, I've lost 140 pounds. Yep, I lost an entire person. So, but what's doing it is cardio, and I don't sweat as much as I used to. I'm just saying. But I never called you fat. I called you lazy. Which is funny because being the lazy farmer, I know lazy. I'm just kidding. Where's Hank? I'm just kidding. Can't pick on a friend. Who can you pick on? A politician. Get rid of this. I'll get rid of that later. I have been watching Run8 Studios website lately. Ever since I had the conversation with Mr. White about them being quiet, I'm really starting to wonder if there's something coming, because they haven't had an update since December 5th. During that update, they gave us the South Fork secondary, so that update included a lot of the new assets for that. There was a new car pack that came out on that same day, so the update was pretty huge. And in the terms of DLCs, we basically got 2 new DLCs, and they hadn't had anything. And I've been in. I don't look at Facebook, so I haven't been on Facebook, and I guess maybe I should, because I think there's a Run8 Facebook. What's up, Mr. White? Look, I mentioned Mr. White, and he shows up. No worries, Hank. If I get him out here and with me, I'll make him pay for the fat remark. I didn't call him fat. Oh my goodness. You know what? And I will work hard too. I'll work harder than guys that are half my age. That's all I'm saying. I like hard work. I like to work. That's the thing, is I like to work. I like staying busy. Staying busy in something where I can be physically busy, mentally busy. You know, that's what keeps you young. Physically busy and mentally busy. I mean, it just, don't have to be mental like some people I know, but just, use your head. So, Mr. White, I saw you playing Railroader today. Although I was in Discord and I set myself to do not disturb because I was doing my coach's training. I did see it. I'm like, oh, that was so tempting. It's like, you know what? I was very tempted to reach out to you and go, hey, man, you want to come play Railroader together? But no, I had training I had to do. Had to get it done. It was actually kind of fun yesterday. I got, because we started to get a sprinkle during our JV game. And the umpire went, it's raining, I'm going home. And he just leaves. And I'm standing there going, it's not raining, this is a sprinkle. People out here in Cali, man, they don't know what a rain is. I've been like watching a tornado start up in Ohio and torrential downpour and riding on a forklift when a lightning strikes on the other side of the field that I happen to be in. That's a storm. Out here in Cali, they get a little sprinkle. Oh, it's raining. I gotta go. So I got to play umpire yesterday. And one of the girls, this whole fat comment's making me think of this because one of the girls is I called her out. She swung and missed. Strike 3. I had to yell, yeah, out of there, like a true umpire. She stopped on her walk back and go, really? You got to yell it like that? So my response was, oh, I'm sorry. Please, would you like to return to the dugout? It seems that you have actually hit your 3rd strike. Therefore, I cannot let you take another swing. Please return to the dugout. Parents were cracking up. She was mad at me for about a minute. But she goes, I have to admit, Coach, that made me laugh. Well, that's my job. I'm supposed to have fun. After all, softball's a game. The last day update from Run8 was December 5th, and they went radio silent. Something big is coming. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was saying, Quincy. That I've been watching since I had that conversation with you a few days ago. I've been watching the Run8 website, and the only place I'm watching that. I've been going to the Depot Plus forums just to see if there's anything coming, if there's any hints. The only place I haven't gone has been like YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook, and I just don't do Facebook. So I don't know. Something big is coming. I agree. I think so. I'm wondering, is it a whole new map? Are they going to add to the Pittsburgh line east? Because they still got some areas there that say coming soon. Or is it version 4? Or are they going to do something unique like redo all the how-to manuals? Yeah, I know exactly. Alright, let's go ahead and bring this to a stop. I'm coming to the end of this track here. Let's take a look and see if I've cleared the switch. I could have used, honestly, I could have used the counter. But I didn't. Because I can't drive a train and talk at the same time. Oh, well past the switch. Okay. Okay then. Oops. I should have used the counter. My boss is sitting up there right now wondering what I'm doing. Don't worry, boss. This is me just doing my cardio. Why? Because apparently I'm fat. Jason is also radio silent. Interesting. So either something big is coming, or Jason got hit by a train. I hope it's something big coming. Alright, so that's track 1. This is track 2. And this is actually kind of like a runaround. So actually, it's, well, you can't even call it a runaround because this track dead ends, and this track, from track 1 to track 10, they all dead end. So that's not a runaround. All right, let's go ahead. We'll go hang off the back of this train here. You can't even hear my train. You know what? I think we should take a poll. What's next coming for Run 8? A lot of people are saying the same thing. They're hoping it's, I don't know, Pittsburgh line, but they seem to think that it's wherever the hump yard is. That's off the Pittsburgh line. They think that might be coming. So either they're like building that from scratch, or like I said, I'm hoping version 4. Version 4, new engine, which that means that everything we bought for version 1, 2, and 3 would probably not work. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. I did. Well, and then, like Hank asked me too, that would I forget about Mohawk and Selkirk if they actually did the Fresno and Stockton subdivisions for BNSF and Union Pacific, because that would connect Southern California to the Northern California map if they did those. No, because my server is going to be Mohawk and Selkirk. But would I play it? Absolutely, I would go play it. Gotta run. Be back later. All right, Hank, have a good one. We are years out from version 4. I don't know what to think about that. Because what's it been? Like 2 years since version 3 came out? And then how long was it between version 3 and version 2? Or maybe they're going to give me my wish and actually do the Chicago interchange area. Which actually reminds me too, I need to show you guys what's waiting down by Finger Lakes when I get done moving this. I got this half of a string, which I'm going to put on a track by itself, and then I got the other half of the string, which will go onto a track by itself. Then I'll jump down to Finger Lakes and show you guys what's waiting for me down there. There goes it jittering again. Why is it? You know what? And I even rebooted my system before I came on to do my stream. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, V3 is still new-ish, but in the terms of software time, if it's 2 years, that's ancient. Granted, I play Lord of the Rings Online, and that's 17 years old this year. So, and it still looks good, still plays well, and has a great following. It was almost 2 years after V2 went quiet before we got V3. Interesting. So this is just the beginning of him being quiet from January of 2024. We'll just call, I'm not going to call it December because we got an update in December. So January 2024 to January 2026, we're not going to get anything new. That's not acceptable in the terms of just software development. That's a long time. You know, and gamers always want the newest, latest, greatest. Give it to me now. Then they play it for 5 minutes and move on to something else. Gamers are fickle. That's why I'm not that. That's why I'm not that way, because that's why I play Lord of the Rings. For, you know, I've been playing it for, out of 17 years, I've been playing it for 14. I did get back on Baldur's Gate today for a little bit, for about an hour, just long enough to start a whole new character. Nuked all my other ones, started a new one fresh, and just got away from what I normally play. So something different. Played that for about an hour, played Railroader for I think about an hour, and then, like I said, I was in the mix there. 3 to 4 hours of training for coaching. Yeah. Trust me, a lot of us are wondering. Oh, I do trust you. I mean, we're wondering, I mean, even if it's just like an update to a car pack. They got some old car packs that they could go back and, you know, and kind of redo. Hey, you know, get your new car pack. If you already have it, you get the new one for free, you know, the reworked one or whatever. If, you know, say like if it's the Amtrak car pack, you know, now your Amtrak cars are going to look a lot better, and, you know, kind of like what they did with this car here. Oh, new car pack. I got to download and update the current one. That would be enough to satisfy the people that are playing Run 8. We're getting new stuff. We're getting sharper looking stuff. We're getting more realistic looking stuff. And in the meantime, they're doing new subdivisions and the like. I don't think that's ghosting us. No. What would that leave us with? I mean, to a person that plays Run 8, Train Sim World is unacceptable. You know, Trainz 2022, knowing what I know now, I probably, unless because it was heavily discounted, I would never have bought it, knowing what I know now. Is it a bad train simulator game? No, not at all. I think it's a great simulator game, but it is a model railroad simulator. This, as you, I mean, you know what I'm going to say. This is a full-blown train simulator. This is real-world train simulator, real-world physics, and the fact that it's wide open sandbox. Even the streamer that I watched, that he does some Run 8, but he does mostly Trainz 2022. He wishes, in a discussion that I had with him, he wishes that Trainz 2022 would do some of the things that Run 8 does. And not so much the physics, it's just being able, hey, I want to get, you know, I've got a map, I want to be able to spawn in trains and work cars like they do in Run 8. Those were his words. Graphically, I think Trainz is better graphically. But I mean, honestly, Run 8's not about the environment, it's about the physics behind these beasts. All right, let's go get the next one. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that, Mr. White. I don't think that they ghosted us. I think the reason I say this is because I know they have a passion. They do have a passion for it. I mean, why would they come out with this if everything else that they looked at didn't satisfy their needs? Same with me. Everything that I looked at didn't satisfy my need. And I wish I could remember who it was that made that statement. This is a great simulator, but it's no Run8. And it made me go, what's Run8? I've never heard of Run8. And I think, and I've said this before, I think if they put Run8 on Steam, put it out there, advertise it through Steam, honestly, I think it would be a huge boost to the Run8 community. Yeah, no, I think for us it's sit and wait. I don't think Run8 is up in the air. I think they know exactly what their plan is. And like a good company, I mean, a software company, yeah, you keep your mouth shut, because if you leak it as to what's coming, then your competitive software companies are going to come out and do the same thing, and they're going to try to beat you to the punch, and you're not going to gain the sales. And that's what it comes down to. It's all about the sales. So I get that. But I think I mean, and I think a lot of what's coming is going to center around the Pittsburgh line, just because, you know, they came out with it, and how many of those connections you see at the end of that line do you see coming soon? I've never seen that before on any other map, coming soon. So I think what's coming is centered around that line. They have a plan. I mean, it's fun to speculate about it. That's what you had said a while back, that you'd seen this before. You know, it's be patient, and when it comes, it's and like any gamer, I mean, anybody who's a fan of Run8, they're gonna, you know, they'll jump and go to that whatever news coming out, and then they'll go back and do what they do. Get some more speed on this. I could probably take. I don't have any. Well, I got the road locomotives down here. I don't have anything. I don't have any locomotives that are for the locals down here. I think I'm gonna have to spawn some. I didn't tell Hank when he was here that I got on his server and I was able to use the external dispatcher. So I was wondering if I was going to be able to use it or not. But I did. I was able to use it. Go down. Not that slow. There we go. I'll try to remember this time to use the counter. Yeah, I just use the F7 cheat. Hey, Mr. White, do locomotives actually have an F7 button inside the cab? I think I already know the answer to that one. Off the brakes there. Remember, Mr. White, you have the authority to yell at me if I do something wrong, but I'm probably going to keep doing it. No, what do you mean no? If I come out there and work for you, I want an F7 button in my locomotive. I want to be able to hit that button and have everything lace up automatically and all my cars air up automatically. If it's in Run8, it exists in real life. Of course, I'm joking. Somebody out there is going to take me serious on my statement. What's up, Beer? How you doing? I'm just saying, man. The other thing, Mr. White, what I want, I come out there and work for you. I want a stewardess in the cab of the train too. If I get thirsty, I want to have her go get me something to drink. What do you mean I can't have it? Is Hank still with us? I thought he was taken off somewhere with his wife. Yeah, me too. Me too, Beer. Super busy. Chaperoning. Basically duty during games at the thing. Our soccer team has made it to the sectional finals, and if they win section, that'll be 2 years in a row that they've done that. Then they go on to state, which in this state is NorCal. So they have a NorCal and they have a SoCal version of state, but they don't have the final game, which would be NorCal versus SoCal. They don't have anything like that in California for soccer. You know, tell her to schedule that, Mr. Beer. I'm just saying, you know, if, you know, hey, did you schedule your honeydew list? Look, right here. I have to watch The Lazy Farmer. I've got it on the calendar. Wait, why are you looking at me that way? But put the frying pan down. Okay, just give me the list. Put the frying pan down. Put it away. Put it away. All right. Yeah, I know how that conversation goes. NorCal is a different state for sure. It is true. And unfortunately, some of the things that happen up here affect what goes on down there. So, but yeah, in this soccer team, last year we were D3, we're now D2. So, yeah, so we're playing harder teams and we're still making it through. And like I said, we're into the finals. Softball starts. I coach there, and there's a whole new set of training that I have to do in order to be a coach for softball. So I did that for 2-3 hours or so. Yeah, I know. I mean, you can go ahead and not do it. It just means it'll be kind of cold in the house for a while. You know, cost you some flowers. Go to the store. Pull out the list. What did I do wrong? Do honeydew list. What does it say? It says see jewelry chart. Oh, dang. I'm just, you know. You can always get up like super early in the morning, Vera, and to wake her up. Give me the honeydew chart. Give me the honeydew chart. I mean, I gotta get it done before farmers start streaming. There's always that. But and then here's this. Here, how about this one, Beer? The couple that plays Run8 together stays together. He starts shaking. I'm just, yeah. All right, so we're going to get this one moved in here, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to take you guys up to Finger Lakes and show you what's waiting there. And we'll get that in. And everything should be set up there to do what we wanted to do. The tests that have been done have been successful, but we'll cover all that in detail when we get up to Finger Lakes, and we'll talk about that. So, well, considering the fact that I'm not married anymore, no, yeah, she doesn't play Run8. Let's put it this way: she's a well, where I here I'm in right in the heart of the agricultural area, and I play Farming Sim 22. We got that server up and running, and she's amazed that I even do that, because she had it in her mind that I have a dislike for farmers, and I don't. I think farmers have a very hard job. They feed the nation. Our farmers feed the world. So I highly respect farmers. It's just her. So, but yeah, she's very, very anti-game. And I mean, even though my son plays Farm Sim with me sometimes, yeah, no, it's amazing. She's very anti-gaming, except for her. She'll get on there and play all those video games that are on part of Facebook. That is okay. But it was bad for me to do it. Now it's bad for her son to do it. So, all right. So let's see. I've got in the classification yard. This is track number 1, track number 2, track number 3. I have set for LO11 for right now. It'll change. Next 3 tracks LO12, then next 3 tracks LO13. So, and yes, I'm using my own. That's why I like Mohawk and Selkirk, because it's pretty much wide open. I configured everything on it. So, using modern day tags for CSX. So if you look at the tags and go, hey, those aren't right. Well, yeah, they are based upon today's tag. So, Porterville. Gotcha. Wow. What's in Porterville? Same mold for all women. Yeah. The mold is basically, it basically comes down to, my husband's having fun. I'm going to put a stop to that. Porterville's not that far. Then I was wondering if you guys, if you're doing, I think you're doing Farm Sim as well too. If you came up to Tulare for the World Egg Show, that ended on Thursday. I didn't get a chance to go. I wanted to go to that. There we go. Now we're moving. It's currently drizzling in Porterville right now. I'm pulling up the weather for you. Tell you what it's going to be like. Well, I was going to pull up the weather. For some reason, it's not coming up. Why do I have... let's see. Wow, that would take me 2 hours to get there. But you're not that far away. Well, you know, you have to get that approval done. You get the form filled out in triplicate. You have to submit it to the wives club, where it goes in front of a review board. If there's anything that they don't like, they push it back so that you have to, and you have to make a revision. Then it goes back in front of the board, and then of course it comes down to the end of it where it says, "Are you going to have fun doing this?" Always, guys, always answer no. No, this is not playing Run8 is not going to be fun for me. It's kind of a chore. Oh, it's a chore for you? Okay, you can do it. Because if you say it's fun, your wife's going to say, you can't do it. I'm kidding, of course. You're there until Thursday afternoon. So, are you bringing your, you're going to be bringing your gaming laptop with you so you can stream Run8 while you're there in Porterville? Ooh, I gotta sneeze. Pardon me. I mean, if you're going to be out there in Porterville, you're going to have, you gotta stream Run8 from Porterville. Oh, run this. Can't even hear the bell. Trying to pull the weather up for you to see what it's supposed to be like there. Then the question is, are you bringing your wife with you? Wow. It's actually 70 in Porterville right now. 85% chance of rain on Monday. Partly cloudy on Tuesday, rain on Wednesday, and then partly cloudy on Thursday. So, yeah, you'll get rain tomorrow. It's 70 degrees today. I'm going to leave and go to Porterville. I tried the chore thing. It don't work either. Oh, darn. Nope, just doing training and sleep. So, you have to go to Porterville to train for Run8? You know it's all about Run8, right? Well, if you go to Porterville, it's probably about a good 45-minute drive north. She can go hang out in Fresno. Lots of shopping to do in Fresno. Ooh, yeah, use the S word with her. That's what you got to do. Honey, if I let you go shopping, will you let me play Run8 with TheLazyFarmer and the boys? Oh, darn it. Okay. Training on police stuff. Wow, okay. Where were you when we had shenanigans on campus this week? Actually, it's been really good. Honestly, I joke about that. We've got your basic high school hijinks that happen, but and I say this, I know I'm going to jinx it, but we have not had, none of our campuses have had any issues. this year. So whatever we're doing, it's working. I was down here, not up there. All right, we're going to push this all the way up near the stop, the bumper. And I'll show you what we got going on in Finger Lakes. You guys might actually find this interesting. Especially you, Beer. You might actually find this interesting, too. By the way, I was going to reach out to you the other day, as a matter of fact. I tried to get on, I think I was down, but I tried to get on Mateo's server because I felt like playing over there. And even generated a new password for myself, and I couldn't get on. But then I went back a couple days later, and I thought it was for the same day I was there. I think I saw that the server was down. Not Leo, you work for Colton PD. Oh, gotcha. Why don't you get a job? You can get a job as a Union Pacific police officer. You can work at West Colton. I'm just throwing that out there. We're just looking back. Wait, a bottle of lukewarm water? You guys provide water to your engineers? Wow. I'm impressed. A little more than one. It does about 12-pound reduction, but that's all right. We're going to bring this to a stop. Jump off. Let's go ahead and set some brakes. Then I get on Railroader and I want to go up there and go, okay, where's the wheel? Why can't I click the wheel? Okay, really? I'm not even anywhere near you. All right, we're good. We're just going to couple these guys and pull them away a little bit. And we'll jump up to Finger Lake real quick. Talk about what I got going on up there. Close that. All right, push back a little bit. All right, pull forward. Look, it's Mr. White chasing after me. Farmer, come back here! This right now, this is me making Mr. White chase me. Alright, so we're going to let that sit there for a little bit. We'll let it run. And to go to Finger Lakes, I want to go here. Alright, so this right here, Finger Lakes Exchange Track, and this is what I'm using for my interchange with the Pittsburgh line east, Norfolk Southern, and you can see it sitting down there. That's the first train from the Pittsburgh line that Handkerchief has sent me. So what I have done is I have the 3 longest tracks over here set up to process these cars when they come in. So the M052 is the number that I'm using. So it's M053 goes to will leave out of Finger Lakes and go to the Pittsburgh line. M052 is what Hank sends me from the Pittsburgh line to here. So how do we do that? Oh, it's easy. It's just whenever he gets a train built for my maps, save the train, send me the save train file, and then using the external editor, I can make any changes that I want and then save it into the Mohawk subdivision, and I can tag it like MO52, in this case MO5226. That's when I got this. And then at that point, I can come into Run8 and then just have that train populate into the train maker upper, and load it into there and then spawn it. If you try to spawn, and even in the directions, if you read even like the version, I think there were version 2 directions, it'll tell you that if you try to spawn it, it doesn't line up with the tracks very well and the train disappears. So they even recommend that you bring it in the train maker upper and then you can place the train wherever you need it. So this is an exceptionally long train for the area that I had set aside for inbounds. But when we looked at, see, it comes all the way back to here. When we looked at the map, and I think it was it openrailmap.org, I think is what the website was. I have to go back and look at it. Finger Lakes yard is almost directly north of Rose Yard, so which is Pittsburgh lying east. So it made sense in this case, in the pretense of the virtual model railroad, it made sense to bring the train here. So this is already on the map as considered an interchange yard. So I just made the interchange yard between CSX and Norfolk Southern. So I have the center 3 tracks, this one, and this one, is the industries. And so I just pull a train in, fill one track up, and if I got to push back, I can push back. And that way, after 72 hours, whatever the time frame was I set for it, it will take the cars, and like we look at this first car, this is an empty. It'll keep the car empty, and this is what we've tested. It'll keep the car empty, but turn it into, give it an industry tag that needs an empty car. The loaded car, same thing. It'll keep the loaded cars loaded, but it'll change the tag to an industry that's requiring a loaded car. So it took a little work in the industry configuration for this particular industry running the interchange. Downside, and it's not that big of an issue in my book. If you're extreme OCD, it might be a big issue because it'll change it either from a completely full loaded car, like which is indicated by the red, and either make it yellow or orange, which is a partially loaded car. Big deal, it's still a loaded car. It's not like Railroader or Farm Sim where there's a money value involved in it, but it still keeps it as a loaded car. It just changes the tags. I've tested it on my side several times. Works like a peach. Had no issues with it. So now we're just going to bring this train in, and we're going to park it in here and get it in the interchange and let these cars, basically these cars will get changed out, and then once they're changed out, we'll rebuild the train again, and we'll send it on down the road down to Selkirk, where it'll get classified and based upon industry, and then we're good to go. And that's it. It works. Thanks, Pierre. Yeah, no, it actually works very, very well. And so it's a way to, and I mean, we can even do it because here's the interesting thing. And And I know that you spent a lot of time on the SoCal map. That's great. I love the SoCal map. I was very surprised watching a video on, it was Union Pacific, and it was trains going over Donner Pass in the dead of winter. So 7 Idea Productions, check them out. Very artistic videos. And in that video, he made a statement that went, whoa, I had to back it up. And he caught on video a K train. I forgot what the number was, but I remember he said it was a K train from Selkirk, New York to Delano, California. I had to went, what? Huh? So somewhere, which made me go look at the map. Sure enough, Union Pacific's coast to coast. I thought Union Pacific stopped in like just slightly east of North Platte. I'd never really looked at it. So that was an educational piece for me, that Union Pacific coast to coast. So effectively, we could actually build a train from here going to Southern California and have it come in at Yermo doing this method. And do the reverse. You guys could actually build a train, have it go to Yermo, send me the file, and now I got Union Pacific coming in to the interchange yard. Actually, it was wasn't the salad shooter. It was from Selkirk. It was a stack train that he showed. So now I'm like, wait a minute. So now I could basically effectively do the same thing. Build a train in Selkirk, send it up here, save the train as a file. Like I said, then just send you a file, and you can import that train, cars, everything into your, you just have to set up an industry somewhere in, somewhere in Yermo or Barstow or wherever you want to do it, to make that the interchange tracks to where it gets processed. So now you can exchange trains between maps. And I know, we got the Mateo server and you got the High Green server. So same thing. So very interesting. I mean, that surprised me that it was not coming out of Selkirk. So, okay, great. So you know what? And this was all born out of like a conversation between me and Handkerchief, and without me talking about my wish list of, okay, if you guys are going to map anything, map Chicago, because you've got all these interchange tracks around Chicago, and all the class ones come in and around Chicago, or, and why can't we do that? Why can't you have a map/server somewhere where we send a train there, and then the server takes a file and puts it out there, and somebody else can grab the file and send a train to their map? I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just throwing that out there. It's a wish list. Will it ever happen? Probably not. But it would be cool if it did, because now we can exchange trains between each other. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this started. Now I got to talk to Hank, and whichever yard master on his map went long hood forward. Oh, relink. Yeah, long hood forward on this one. Well, I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's, come on, seriously? Turn the engine. Actually, oops, wrong one. Run down, I believe this one's the next one. Nope, not that one. Gotta find my interchange. I have two here that I did, interchange loaded, interchange empty, but they're both on the same tracks. And then it's just a matter of logging every industry you have. And so, you know, basically I still, oh, you know what? I'm looking at this. I got to do the other cars too. So I haven't done all the industries yet. Ooh, that's why I haven't brought it in yet. Oops. Yeah, I haven't done this one yet either. So, all right, so that's why it's still sitting there. Okay, I'm not going to bring it yet. I thought I'd finished that. I got behind. Too much stuff to do. So it'll process boxcars, but I got to go through, pull up my, pull up the list because I do have it in Excel. So I'm going to have to go and just cut and paste everything in so I can process all the cars as they come in. But yeah, it works. That's all we did. So I'm going to shut these down. There's no reason for them to run. So I guess I'm not bringing those in. I forgot where I was at. Oh, Jave makes my stomach turn. I'm just saying, you know, if you have like these buttons inside the cab too, Mr. White, where you just got to jump in the first one and go hit auto start. I mean, if not, you guys got to get with the program. Why are you? Oops. That drop. There we go. So, and it did work too. If you were watching the road train episode that I did configure CP278, so it will route onto track 4 here. The only issue is there's no way to configure CP282. So this is now a manual process. So if you know your train is going to route in this way, you're going to have to preset this to go into the Dewitt yard. And then once you're in the Dewitt yard, then it's a matter of running around. Why am I keeping that? Yeah, you got to come in, and because here's the track coming in. And then it's all manual switches once you're in the Dewitt yard. So you got to manually switch all those. So one sitting at you. Yeah, oh yeah, long hood for it. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you're sitting in an awkward position. And two, your visibility is quite poor. Yeah, you just got to kind of have to trust that there's nothing in front of you. You know, and then trust that those people, you know, that are driving those little four-wheel scooters, you know, they're going to stop at railroad crossings, you know, all that kind of good stuff. All right, I need to go look at, start making a plan here for all this stuff. Okay, so I got my inbound tracks. These are the inbound tracks right here for Dewitt classification. So I got all these cars I got to deal with. I've got locomotives down there I need to process. I've got no cars so far yet for car repair, Dewitt car repair yard. I think I got some sitting down in Selkirk. So WPM. All right, what is WPM? West Rock Paper Mill Transport. Where are you at? Right here. I've never been here, so I gotta take a look. Oh, I got. Oh, I gotta get that out of the way. That's sitting there. I gotta come in here, so I have to work on this to get that out of the way. So I guess I'm not doing anything there at that point. So now it's gonna be doing a lot of cutting and pasting, so I can get this train to come in, and I can't have any. So that just tells me I can't have anything sit here. So the LO13 is all right here, 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 and here. So I need to come up through Finger Lakes, pull in, and then whatever's down here too. Okay, so I know what I need to do. So I got work to do, and that work's going to be done off stream. So with that being said, I'm at an hour and a half on this stream. I think that's a good one for the day. So what I am going to do is I am going to jump out, And I will be in my Discord. So I got to go back and work on coaching, actually do real world work. But anyway, I'll be in Discord if anybody wants to jump in, ask questions, have just a general conversation. Mr. White, beer. I'm just saying, you guys are welcome. Okay. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. Once again, my name is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the video. And of course, as always, if you like the content that I provide, please click that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It helps the analytics. Go ahead and hit the notification. That way you know when I'm streaming. And if you know of anybody, friends, family, enemies, I don't care who, share my streams out. Run8, one of the best train simulator out there going. I want to build the community. Anyway, thanks guys. Have a great day. I'll probably be over there and harass you and yours then. Ha! So anyway, have a great day, guys. I'll catch you later.